Hi everyone, welcome back to the new video. So today we will see this topic that how Agile is used in DevOps projects. This topic can be asked in interview, and it is asked because interviewers want to see that how much you know about the planning of the project and how you are focusing on delivering the project. So, what kind of sprints do you follow? How many calls do you have, and what calls, like, what do you discuss basically? So, this all we have to tell when this question is asked. So, when we hear about Agile, so Agile is a methodology where we focus on delivering a smaller task so that we achieve our goal, that is our project. So when we are assigned a big project, uh, proper planning of task is done, because to achieve, to reach our goal, we divide everything into smaller tasks. At first we have to create the UI, we have to deploy it, we have to test it in lower environment first, then we have to showcase it. Whatever feedback will come, we have to adjust in that time. So there are sprints planned that we will have 2 weeks for this task. And it will have it will contain whatever blockers we have to discuss, we have to follow up, whatever testing we have to do, and then the feedbacks we have to incorporate whatever feedbacks will be given. After that, after UI is done, we'll focus on backend. After back, so we have a sprint for backend, like for 1 month, where we'll be focusing on backend properly, testing, then feedbacks again, blockers if any. After the backend is done, the integration of both UI and like proper working, again the feedback part, and then the final release. So this is how, if we see that if the whole project was to build a new application or a new website, then this project was like what we committed to a customer or client, that we will be able to provide it in 2 months. So how we plan those 2 months, this is, I think, agile methodology, how we plan and how we, you know when you work in any organization, there are so many things happening that if there is no proper track of things, you'll miss. So there are issues coming, there are blockers, and we are going doing follow up on mails, sometimes on chats, sometimes one to one, sometimes in group. You are working on 2 3 things parallelly. So keeping track of everything is what how we do it in agile. So we have a tickets for everything created, and we have to update those tickets. So basically there is a tool called Jira or Confluence, where we there are many tools like Scrum, Kanban boards, and there are Azure DevOps boards also. So the proper tracking of things, that if we are working on this task and this is a blocker for this, and what follow up we have done, what feedback we have got, and after that, when this testing has been done, what has been completed, what time it took. So this all should be tracked, so that your efforts also are in place, that you have put so much effort in doing this task. And also everything you don't miss out, because there are so many things happening in parallel, that it's a human nature, you can't keep track of everything, and parallelly you in one day you can't keep track of everything. So agile is focusing on delivering the project by keeping track of your efforts, of every feedback, of what work you are doing, what we have to deliver, everything. So basically, if this question is asked, you have to tell that how we used to have a meeting stand up meeting in the morning as well as at the end in the night, at the end of your day. So in the morning we used to discuss that in the morning call, that what all task we need to do, what jira we have to complete, what jira we closed, or what ticket. Like if we have assigned a smaller task, we create a jira for it and I'm working on this jira. If we are I have to complete this, or if we have having any blocker, then we need to do what is the next step for it. Okay, if we are blocked anywhere, what is the next step? And then that morning stand up call is basically what we are going to do in a day. And then at the end of the day, when we have a stand up call, basically it is to discuss that what all blockers we face, what all we completed in a day, and what blockers are there, and what will be the next step now. So this is how the calls are there. Then we have a tickets that we create. So there will be epic or a story. Inside that epic and story, we will have a task, smaller tasks that we create. So if you want, we can go through it. And So this is how basically in my project, when I say, we have a sprint of 15 days where we have to complete a ci and cd for one application. So already the application is there, development is done, everything is done, but we have to create a ci/cd pipeline for a application, testing it in every environment, like from the low environment, then the production release. So we have 15 days for it, where we have to create a pipeline, first ci pipeline that will be created. And then if we have any automation tool, then the number of days, or it will decrease, but we are keeping a buffer time of any issues coming. We don't know what issues can come. So basically, first completes the CI pipeline, test it out, then start with the CD pipeline, test it out, first in the lower environment, then in the more go as high environment. And also, if there is any particular thing that we need, like if suppose we need helm, so if helm is not there, we have to create the helm structure. So everything, we keep everything in buffer. So 15 days sprint is there, where we have to complete ci and cd pipeline of the application. After that, after the completion of ci/cd, whatever feedback or automation that we can again do, we have a smaller sprint, like 1 week sprint for that. So in this way we are going to plan. After, for one application it is done, then we pick up another application and we start creating for it. So this is how you can answer. And let's go through the walk through the jira board. Signing to a jira board, I want to show you this, like, wow, tasks. So there are tasks, which is a small piece of work. Story is a requirement expressed from the user's perspective, so it's a story. Feature is a broad piece of functionality that we have to write. Feature means, like, if suppose there is a Android application and we want a new feature in it, like to add a separate page for separate clothing, so that's a new feature. Or a request, ask for assistance. Bug is a problem that needs fixing. So that this I wanted to show, so that you understand how the when we create a ticket, what all categories we have and we can choose. So we have epic, we have task, we have story. So what is the difference between epic? So epic is something like when we are working on a whole new project. So that is an epic. Epic, via word, you understand epic means a very vast task. Task is like inside the epic you will have a subtask, smaller piece of work that you will create, that for to complete this project I am doing this task. Story is something very uh, a requirement from the user, but it's not that big like epic, it's smaller than epic. So this is how when we have to choose a work type and then the status. So whenever when we create a summary or anything, so the status, like is this picked? So this is how we try. So if it is in progress, like if it's not yet started, then it is to do. If it's in progress, then you have to change it to in progress. After in progress, then in review, and then after once everything is done of that, whatever the summary was defined and it's done, then we have to change it to done. So this is how we are, status epics are created. Inside the epics, we will have, you know, what team has to do it, what is the due date, what is the start date, in which sprint have you done it, and if there are any linked worked items that we can refer. And inside this epics we can create a subtask or task. So this is how I wanted to show you that this is how the board looks like. And this is as I suggested that how scrum or agile is there in my DevOps project. You can also prepare your answers accordingly. That's all for today's video. I hope it's helpful. Please let me know your views in the comment section. Till then, take care. Bye.